You paid $89 for an eye cream targeting crow's feet. The active molecule doing that work costs $15, confirmed by both products' own INCI lists. This audit explains the $74 gap.
The expensive formula has over 50 INCI ingredients. The cheap one has 11. More ingredients, more technology, more science. That is the logical assumption. The data is about to complicate it significantly.
Everything in this audit comes down to one number, 0.5 millimeters. The periorbital skin barrier, the thinnest tissue on the human face, and the target anatomy for every crow's feet treatment ever formulated. Both products are trying to deliver the same molecule through that barrier, acetylhexapeptide 8, a synthetic peptide biomimetic designed to block the SNARE complex and inhibit the neurotransmitter release driving facial muscle contractions.
The SNARE complex is the molecular lock that triggers neurotransmitter release. When it opens, the muscle contracts and the wrinkle deepens. Acetylhexapeptide 8 jams that lock, not destroying it like Botox, but blocking assembly.
The target is the neuromuscular junction, several millimeters below even that thin periorbital skin. Getting an 889 Dalton molecule to that depth is not a chemistry problem. It is a precision engineering problem.
The engineering problem is the 500 Dalton rule. The stratum corneum rejects any molecule above 500 Daltons with exponentially increasing resistance. Acetyl HEXAPEPTIDE 8 weighs 889 Daltons. It needs help. Aggressive, chemical, targeted help. Before the formulation science, one image. A world-class sprinter on a frictionless glass track. Perfect engine. Zero resistance. Maximum velocity. Remember this image. By scene 30, you will understand exactly why it matters.
The Ordinary built its formula around one objective, solving the 500 Dalton problem. 11 ingredients, every single one assigned a precise mechanical role in carving a corridor through the lipid mortar of the stratum corneum. Ingredient 2, propanediol. Ingredient 3, dimethyl isosorbide. Together, these two co-solvents fluidize the intercellular lipid matrix, softening the mortar between corneocytes and drag the 889 Dalton peptide through a transient aqueous corridor.
The result? A molecular highway. The gel and gum hydrogel, ion cross-linked by sodium chloride, keeps the corridor system fluid and weightless against that half millimeter of periorbital skin. The peptide moves, unimpeded, toward the junction. But this engineered aggression exacts a thermodynamic tax. Dimethyl isosorbide and propanediol make the stratum corneum temporarily porous, and that same porosity accelerates evaporative water loss. The serum flashes off the skin surface. No occlusive lipid, no silicone film, no polymer seal. This formula is a pure delivery instrument, and like any precision instrument, it is incomplete without the system it was engineered to operate within.
The Estée Lauder formula opens with a completely different architectural proposition. Its continuous phase is not water, it is dimethicone, a water-in-silicone emulsion, aqueous droplets suspended inside a dense silicone polymer matrix. Watch what happens to the botanical ingredient list. Chamomile, baobab, watermelon, apple, lentil, cucumber. The phenoxyethanol preservative sits near 1%. Every ingredient below it is sub-threshold. Decoration dressed as pure science. Strip the sub-threshold theater, and the real formula emerges. Dimethicone chassis, glycerin-driven NMF hydration, bifida-ferment biotechnology for UV-damaged DNA repair, and a 3-peptide arsenal targeting wrinkle relaxation, collagen synthesis, and circadian cellular regeneration.
The peptide triad, acetyl HEXAPEPTED8 blocking the SNARE junction, HEXAPEPTED9 stimulating type 1 and type 3 collagen at the dermal epidermal boundary, tripeptide 32, the patented Chronolux peptide, synchronizing nocturnal cellular repair to circadian rhythm. The bifida ferment lysate and bifida ferment filtrate sit in the functional concentration zone, above the preservative threshold. These biotechnology probiotics carry independent clinical documentation for stimulating DNA repair in UV-damaged keratinocytes. Subscribe to Cosmetoscope. Master the chemistry your skin is built from. Join the audit, where the INCI list never lies and the formulation data never flatters. The $89 formula has a secret buried in its galenic architecture. Acetyl HEXAPEPTID8 is hydrophilic. It lives and moves through water. This formula has sealed it inside aqueous microdroplets, surrounded entirely by silicone. The peptide engineered to race toward the neuromuscular junction is sitting inside a container it cannot exit without mechanical assistance. The silicone making this cream feel extraordinary is molecularly a cell. Application mechanics do shear the emulsion, breaking the silicone shell and liberating the aqueous phase onto skin. But the liberated peptide then faces the unmodified stratum corneum, with no chemical corridor waiting. Compare the diffusion kinetics directly. The Argireline serum has dimethyl isosorbide, actively softening the barrier ahead of the peptide. The Estée Lauder formula has neither penetration enhancer. Same molecule, radically different diffusion trajectories. Clinical studies on 10% argireline in optimized aqueous vehicles show 17% crow's feet depth reduction at 15 days, 27% at 30 days. Those study vehicles look nothing like a silicone emulsion. This is the central galenic trade-off. The very silicone chassis delivering luxury sensoriality and occlusive retention is architecturally the identical structure, imposing direct penetration impedance on the peptide it was designed to deliver. What the silicone chassis sacrifices in peptide diffusion speed, it recovers in retention. Dimethicone and polysilicone-11 form a breathable occlusive film, preventing the evaporative flash that makes the $15 formula thermodynamically incomplete standing alone. The Estée Lauder formula also operates on 3 critical aging vectors the Argireline serum never addresses. HEXAPEPTIDET9 stimulates structural collagen synthesis. TRYPEPTIDE32 drives circadian cellular repair, and bifida ferment targets UV-induced DNA damage. The polysilicone-11 elastomer delivers one additional function the $15 serum cannot: immediate optical blurring of surface wrinkles, a cushion effect that creates visible smoothing before a single peptide molecule has reached its biological target. Ingredient count is not evidence of superiority. The question is whether those 50-plus ingredients are present at functional concentration, or whether the formula is paying 50 INCI lines for one page of marketing claims. Remember the sprinter on the frictionless glass track? Here is the track the $89 formula actually provides. The sprinter is placed waist-deep in warm silicone and told to race toward the neuromuscular junction. Application does partially break the emulsion, liberating some peptide onto the skin surface. But without dedicated penetration enhancers, the subsequent diffusion kinetics through the unmodified stratum corneum are demonstrably and measurably slower. The formulation data does not reveal a winner. It reveals 2 incomplete systems that are the precise structural complement of each other. One penetrates, one retains. Neither does both. The audit result is a protocol. The protocol derived from the INCI data. Apply the Ordinary Argireline Solution first to bare periorbital skin. Dimethyl isosorbide carving the corridor. Apply the Estée Lauder formula immediately on top as the occlusive seal.
That layering protocol converts the galenic incompleteness of the aqueous serum and the penetration impedance of the silicone emulsion into a single engineered system, where each formula's structural weakness becomes the other's functional solution.
Ranked verdict on targeted SNARE inhibition, the specific mechanism driving dynamic crow's feet. The Ordinary Argireline Solution wins on delivery kinetics. The aqueous low-viscosity vehicle provides the superior biophysical pathway to the neuromuscular junction.
Ranked verdict on total periorbital biological reconstruction, collagen, DNA repair, barrier function, and optical smoothing. Estée Lauder Advanced Night Repair Eye Lift and Sculpt wins on therapeutic scope. No $15 serum matches this.
The formulation subversion. The $15 serum needs the $89 emulsion to prevent evaporative loss and complete its mission. The $89 emulsion needs the $15 serum to give its peptide a diffusion pathway. Two products, one incomplete without the other. The audit declares no single winner because the data supports a protocol, not a product. The combined cost of that protocol? $104.
The question for the comment section is $104 for a complete periorbital peptide delivery system reasonable? Or have two brands successfully sold you half a product each at a premium?
If the $15 formula delivers the peptide and the $89 formula seals it, are you buying two incomplete products or one complete system at $104? Drop your answer below.